Senior Fellow for R Street Institute, and joins us live for more. James, Alexander Vinterman's testimony could be pretty damning for the president.
You're absolutely right. It could be explosive depending on how, on what he says and how it's received. And I think it illustrates how these proceedings are meant to unfold. They're meant to uncover more information, to air that information out to the representatives in the House and their constituents, and then it's meant to inform the next step of the process.
President Trump has sort of said that this is a witch hunt, but do you believe that this is a sort of process that will ensure transparency and provide this clear path forward that the Democrats so desperately want?
Look, setting aside where viewers come down on the substance of the impeachment proceedings, the idea that the House, exercising its constitutional duty, is somehow engaging in a witch hunt that is illegitimate, that is constitutionally invalid, seems to me to be incorrect. The House has every bit of authority it needs to engage in any kind of inquiry of the executive branch that it wants to engage in. And if the American people don't like what the House is doing, then there's a very simple remedy for that, and that's called voting in the next November elections in 2020.
All right, so what do you think is likely to happen next? What are we likely to see? How's this going to play out in the coming days?
Right, so the outcome of this vote is going to be very interesting. Up until now, it has seemed to me, at least, that Speaker Pelosi has not had the support she needs to authorize or have any formal action taken with regard to impeachment and to blessing this inquiry. And so if she can get the 218, that's a significant bit of movement, I think, amongst Democrats. And it shows a coalescing of support amongst moderate Democrats and amongst more liberal Democrats in support of at least asking more questions as to whether or not the president should be impeached. Right now, we see there is still some lingering concern among House moderates on the Democratic side of the aisle. And I think that speaks to what the Republicans have tried to do, which is to really emphasize the fact that they haven't had this vote. But again, with the stridency of their attacks on the process, it seems that they could have stepped over the line a bit and helped to actually galvanize support amongst Democrats for moving forward, for having some sort of formal vote to move forward and to authorize this inquiry.
OK, James, thanks so much. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story in the coming days as this plays out in Washington, D.C. James Warner there joining us live. Thank you.